Welcome back, Nerd Squad! My name is Roya Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. The Pokemon franchise was created back in 1995 by Satoshi Tajiri, the founder of developer Game Freak, and it had humble beginnings in the very first works of the series, Japanese games Pocket Monsters Red and Green. Since then, it has expanded immensely, and it is still generating millions of fans yearly with all of its anime, games, and countless other business ventures. So let's take a look at the top 10 shocking Pokemon facts. This video is going to be a little broad, so please comment your suggestions down below of more specific Pokemon related videos you would love to see. In the number 10 spot, we kick off with legendary Arcanine. You would be hard pressed to find someone who didn't like Arcanine, the fire type evolution of Growlithe from Generation 1. So it's not hard to understand that at one point, Arcanine was meant to be a part of the legendary trio of Pokemon in the first generation. But before the game was released, Arcanine was replaced with Moltres, which makes more sense, seeing as now we had a trio of birds, but the creators must have regretted the decision a bit, because a similar Pokemon to Arcanine, Entei, came along for the second gen's legendary trio. Coming in at number 9, we have Seizures. The Pokemon anime seems totally family friendly and appropriate for all audiences, but not every episode has been allowed to stay on the air. A 1997 episode called Electric Soldier Porygon reportedly caused an incident of 685 epileptic seizures with a 12-second flashing scene. The episode was taken off the air in 1998, but not before winning a Guinness record for the most photosensitive epileptic seizures caused by a TV show. Yeah, sounds like a perfect trophy to put on the mantle. Next up at number 8 is Munna Premonitions. The psychic type Munna wasn't released until Gen 5, but mysteriously, it was referenced all the way back in the beginning of Pokemon games. In Pokemon Red and Blue, a woman standing outside the rock tunnel references a chunky pink Pokemon with a floral pattern, and oddly enough, years later, Munna fits that description to a T. It reminds me a lot of how Ho-Oh appeared in the very first episode of the Pokemon anime, despite not even being in the series until the second gen. Always love the little Easter eggs Pokemon gives us. In the number 7 spot, we have Wobbuffet's true form. Everyone found comedic relief in Team Rocket Jessie's Wobbuffet, as if Team Rocket in the anime wasn't comedic enough. But the Pokemon is a little more creepy when you find out that the blue thing isn't really the Pokemon at all. Wobbuffet is actually only the black tail with the eyes. The blue part is just a decoy that Wobbuffet attaches itself to in order to protect itself from harm. This is the reason it can't use any moves other than the counter type attacks. And Destiny Bond, I hate that move. Coming in at number 6 is the rarest Pokemon card. The Pokemon trading card game came out in 1996 and since then has published thousands of different cards, all of varying rarity. The card that currently holds the prize for fetching the highest price is Pikachu Illustrator. There are only 5 in the world released exclusively to Japan as prizes to winners of the Koro Koro Comic Illustration Contest. If you can manage to fish one of these out of your closet in mint condition after all these years, you are looking at a potential price tag of over $50,000. Next up at number 5, we have Koffing and Weezing's original names. The poison type Pokemon Koffing and Weezing were made popular as favorites of Team Rocket, so it's hard to imagine them as anything but Koffing and Weezing. But originally, in the Pokemon Blue and Red beta forms, the two were known as Nai and La, which were short form for 2 American cities, New York and Los Angeles. This was perhaps a Japanese remark on the air pollution in the 2 highly populated cities, so it was a good thing they decided to change the names last minute. Next up at number 4, some Pokemon prey on humans. When you're watching the kid-friendly anime or playing the game's adventures, it's easy to gloss over the blatant fact that there are Pokemon that kill humans. For example, the seemingly cute Drifloon hides a dark secret in its Pokédex entry. It lures children away where they are never seen again. Same thing goes for Hypno, who hypnotizes children before kidnapping them, and Darkrai, who will afflict his prey with endless nightmares that it may never wake up from. Yeah, suddenly the Pokemon world doesn't seem all sunshine and Clefairies. In the number 3 spot, we have humans prey on Pokemon. Why am I ruining your childhood, right? You may have already guessed this one from the abundance of Slowpoke tails being chopped off in the second gen of games. games, but humans treat some Pokemon as we do our meat. Farfetch'd was almost hunted to the point of extinction, Magikarp makes a nice sushi, and Miltank isn't just good for milk. Might need the help of a Scyther to slice some good steaks though. Coming in at number 2 is Azurill Genderbender. This is a fact that's easy to miss, but I can guarantee you're gonna try this one at home. Azurill's gender ratio states that 75% of Azurill are female, but its evolution Meryl has a 50-50 divide between genders. This means that when your Azurill evolves, there is about a third of a chance that it will switch genders. This is because each Pokemon in the game is assigned a number that codes for gender, and the thresholds were different in Azurill and Meryl due to the gender ratios. This was fixed in Gen 6, but you can still try on your older games. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we have the Kadabra lawsuit. In 2000, illusionist Uri Geller attempted to sue Nintendo over the Pokemon Kadabra, accusing the company of copyright infringement. Uri was famous for bending spoons with his mind and being a pal of Michael Jackson's, and he accused Nintendo of creating an evil, occult-like character after his likeness. He even accused Nintendo of stealing his name, because Uri Geller and Kadabra sound so alike. Yeah, that lawsuit didn't go too far. Besides, what's wrong with Kadabra? He's a solid player, a little on the glass cannon side. So those were the top 10 shocking Pokemon facts. Let me know in the comments section down below who is your favorite Pokemon. My name is Roy Destroya. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.